Hey, good afternoon, college coaches. This is Coach Anthony Williams, founder and CEO of Connected Athletics. We bring you the Spotlight podcast every day and showcasing some of the top student athletes, not just in the state of Texas, but also across the country. We are focused on helping student athletes build out their brand as they go through the recruiting process by expanding their reach and talking and meeting new student athletes as they go through the process. More importantly, putting them in contact with college coaches as they go through the recruiting process, especially during this pandemic recruiting cycle that we're in. But most importantly, and our number one focus is to make sure that student athletes successfully transition from high school to college, and then after their eligibility is over, into a career of their major. We've got a very exciting linebacker. As a former linebacker and linebacker coach myself, I love having linebackers on the show. I'm going to let him say his name in a second here, but he goes by Easy. He's a class of 21 linebacker from Richmond Foster here in Texas, has tremendous size, 6'2", 210 pounds, strong GPA of 3.3, and has a laser time 4.53, which is outstanding as a linebacker. Easy, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm great, Coach. Appreciate you for asking.
Hey, man, thanks for coming on the show. I know you're busy getting ready to start the season here, but I did want to get to know you a little bit more than your huddle video, which I've watched many times and very impressive with. Let's get to know you as a person and what your goals are in using football to get the best education you can get. College coach is going to start right off the bat with your academics. Strong 3.3 GPA. Tell these coaches about the importance that you put on your academics.
Yes. Academics plays a big role in every athlete's life. You're always a student athlete before you're an athlete. That's why they put the student first. Like in my family, in our house, God comes first, and then second is academics, then sports. Because academics always, you can't go anywhere if your grade's not good enough. You can't even get accepted into colleges if your grade's not good enough. That's why academics always got to come first. Well, my parents, they pound academics, make sure I keep it as a top priority in my life before football, and make sure my grades are tip-top shape.
It's good stuff. Hey, before we get going here, college coach, we want to know, give the official correct pronunciation of your name.
Udoka Ezeani.
Say it one more time.
Udoka Ezeani.
All right, coaches, so that's how you say it, but to make it easy, he does go by Easy. So thanks for that, telling us that. Hey, so tell us, Easy, what are some of your favorite subjects in school?
My favorite subjects, I have to go with maybe I like physics, I like math and reading, and also mostly history. I like history a lot because I like learning about the past, and understanding what built our country and how the country is built, and all kinds of history. I like learning about history.
Okay. Do you have an idea of what you might want to major in when you get to college?
Oh yeah, I heard some good major. I want to major in like either sports medicine, dentistry, and anesthesiology. I looked into those more, but I think I was leaning towards more sports medicine.
Is it something that you want to work for somebody else, or do you want to run your own company one day?
I don't know. I haven't put in too much thought into that yet, but hopefully, if I'm making a football, I can do that. But after, I was gonna have a fallback plan, and probably I'll most likely want to own my own company in sports medicine.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, are there, obviously there's not a student athlete that's not successful without the assistance of one of their favorite teachers or counselor or some of their coaches. Take this time to shout out some of the teachers or counselors at Richmond Foster who have helped you be successful academically.
I have to say my coaches and my teachers. I have to say my English teacher. She helped me a lot. Well, even sophomore year, her name Miss Lipinski. She helped me really understand how to write. And my freshman year teacher, Ms. Gamble, helped me understand how to write. Helped me in my communication, how to speak. Also, Coach Duswalt, he's a basketball coach, and he also teaches psychology. He taught me a lot about how to communicating and speaking and try to all that, even stuff more in real life other than just the ground education.
Okay, good stuff. Hey, have you thought about, one of the things that college coaches want to understand about athletes they're recruiting is their learning style. Tell these coaches what kind of learning style you have. You more verbal, more visual, or more hands-on?
I like to see I'm more hands-on. I like to I like feel like I get a feel for it. I'm trying to like if I gotta be in class, like right now they gave us a choice either to go back on school, to go online or go to school, and I chose to go into school to learn because I feel like I got to be there. I got to like write it out myself and try to understand it myself before I get tested on, quizzed on it.
Okay. You've got good grades now, but I'm sure you've heard from friends or maybe family members that college is a whole different level of seriousness when it comes to academics. Tell these coaches one thing that you're going to need to improve on to keep your strong academics up as you transition to college.
For sure. I mostly want to improve on my like studying like before and after test, taking like just taking it like a step further. Like college is a my both my brothers are in college right now. They attend the University of Houston, and like to tell me, college is a whole different ballgame. It's not like high school. Like we don't have that much leniency and that much help from the teachers. Like to get it, you go. So I got to make sure like I'm more focused in class and outside of class, and to make sure like I'm writing notes. Notes during class and trying to like absorb all the information I can.
All your brothers that are at University of Houston, are they student athletes or are they just students?
Now my brothers are students. One of them he owns a brand. They both used to play sports. My oldest brother used to play football. My other one, the second one, used to play basketball. But due to injury, he put it aside. But now they're both just regular athletes for. I'm regular students for right now.
Okay, great transition into getting to know you now personally. Tell us a little bit about your family, your mom and dad, what do they do? And then obviously you about having two older brothers who are already in college.
Mm. My mom, she's a nurse at a hospital downtown. My dad, he's a businessman, does a lot of business with oil and other stuff. Both my brothers, my brother currently owns like a clothing brand. That's my second older brother, because I have three brothers. The oldest one, he's studying to be a neurosurgeon. The second one,
Wow.
he's doing clothing right now, and he's also majoring in, I believe, sports medicine. And then I'm the third one, and I have a little younger brother right now. He's going to seventh grade, about to start his first year of football and basketball.
Well, two things that come out of that. One, your mother being a nurse, tell us, is she really involved in the COVID-19 health of patients that are coming in, or is she involved in something else?
Oh yeah, yeah. She involved with she's meets a lot of patients every day. Just you gotta pray for her to be safe every day. She
Yeah.
goes into hospitals, understand the situation, it's her job, she's something like that's what she chose the profession that she goes she knows she's going into and she chose that profession. But yeah, she meets a lot of patients every day. Some may have COVID, some may not. But they take the right procedures and precautions to make sure they do the right stuff when faced with those type of people.
And then you mentioned your brother having his own clothing line. Go ahead and shout it out. What's the name of the clothing brand? What's his name?
My brother's name is Ezeani. He goes to the University of Houston, and the brand is called Four Kings, or Four Kings, the brand 4K. It's a pretty cool brand. It's mostly sells like athletic clothes or like jerseys. But yeah, it's a cool brand. Y'all go check that out.
What's the website, Easy?
I believe it's www.fourkingsthebrand.com.
Okay, perfect.
Mm.
Tell us a little bit about you when you're not working out, you're not playing football. What are some of your hobbies? What do you like to do in your spare time?
I like to read. I'm actually a reader. I have a few books in here in my room right now. I'm currently reading right now called To Kill a Mockingbird. I read a few other books. Currently, I read one about a family who traveled across the world and stuff. I'm reading a few books and stuff. Yeah, I'm a reader also. I like to coach younger children. Like my brother's he's like 12 right now. You get a little bit of friends over. Like we train, we work out 6 a.m. in the morning. We go work out, come back another time in the night 6 p.m. We go work out again. Yeah, I train and coach other kids, younger kids my his age.
Okay, good stuff. And then tell us, are you into video games? You a video game guy or no?
Nah, not anymore. I used to, but like, my parents told me one day, like, you can be watching somebody else's creation, man. You should go out and get it yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're watching someone else, you're watching someone else succeed. You gotta like go out and do it yourself. So now I don't play too much video games. Maybe when I'm at my friend's house, I might hop on and play the game for one time, but not too much anymore.
Okay. And then and tell us, for the college coaches who want to reach out and get to know you more better through social media, what apps do you like to use? Are you a Twitter guy or Instagram or what?
I'm a big Twitter guy. I like to use Twitter to use first of all for recruiting. I like to use Twitter. Also, helps with. I like to follow a lot of college coaches and see a lot of trainers, like Footwork King, and like to perfect my craft. I watch a lot of videos of linebacker coaching and to the drills that they do. I like to mimic it and try to put it in my everyday life. You know what I'm saying? So all that, like I'm a big Twitter guy. Also, I use Instagram from time to time, usually for same thing for a lot of football colleges, and I'm trying to see what the programs are like.
Good stuff. And then tell these coaches, what's your music taste? What are some of your favorite artists, and what kind of music do you listen to?
I like to listen to like hip hop. Like my big artists right now, like Drake, Young Thug, Gunna, these new age artists. Like A Boogie. Cause I'm from New York, and I like a lot of Pop Smoke and A Boogie. Mostly those artists I listen to.
Okay. You mentioned you're from New York initially. When did you move here? What age were you when you moved to Texas?
I believe I was 7 or 8. I moved to Texas, and I think I was going into third grade, I believe. Second or third grade is when I moved over here. So it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Texas is hot, and New York is usually cold all around. Texas, I haven't seen snow since I've been to Texas. Maybe once, like it's very light snow. You know what I'm saying? But it snows a lot in New York. So like a lot of transition, a lot of clothing. I had to change my whole closet. A lot of that changing.
Yeah. Like you, I have most of my family is on the East Coast, New York, Rhode Island, and Boston, and it's definitely different culture change out here between those two states. Hey, tell us a little bit about, as you get ready to head back to school here, when we get out of the virtual learning, what's your shoe game looking like? Are you a big shoe guy or no?
uh, I like to drip a little bit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? The shoes, I like to wear Jordans, like Yeezys. Also, like designer. I like a lot of designer clothes, like Givenchy, Balenciaga, and I like to drip, but not too much.
Okay. Like that, right? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm trying to chill this year. Yeah. Mhm.
And then can I assume that you're also wearing some of your brother's line, right? And helping to promote
Yeah.
that?
Of course. I like his
Okay.
brand.
All right.
Mhm.
Hey, tell us a simple question, fun question, but what's your favorite football movie?
I had to be The Blind Side. The Blind
Wow.
Side.
Okay.
I love that movie. It builds character. It showed like someone who really had nothing, but someone like his family like really believed. The family that adopted him believed in him. They took him in when he had nothing at his lowest point of life, and took him in. And you see where he took from there, like through God. God had a bigger plan for that man. So I like how the movie was directed. It was beautiful. And yeah, I have to say it's one of my favorite movies.
Nah, that's definitely a great movie. Hey, I call this my dream scenario question, but let's say you have 4 great years in college and you find yourself back in your hometown, New York City, for the NFL draft. Who is waiting at your table with you, waiting for the commissioner to call your name?
Of course, gonna have my family first, and then I had to have my friends, my especially my close friends, Justice, Tyler, Ben, Samuel. That's my little group right there. I call them my brothers, my other brothers from another mother. And yeah, for my family, mostly maybe even my high school coaches, all of them. I'm a big family guy, so like people I keep close to myself, people in my circle. The most likely gonna be there for sure.
Okay. And then easy, tell these coaches, football is going to come to an end one day, whether it's after a 10-year career or during college. Tell us what you want your life to look like, both personally and professionally, once football is over.
Good question. like, you know, my parents always tell me to like to have a fallback plan. You know, they understand like my mom's in health. You know, she gets a lot of football players or retired athletes or even people that go into the army, and like, you know, they tell them like that this stuff is not forever. I understand that, so always gonna have a backup plan. Always gonna have something to do after. Like that's why I said maybe dentistry or maybe sports medicine. You know, sports is something I love to do. I love to watch sports, play sports, work out, even coach sports sometimes. So maybe after that, I might fall into coaching or sports medicine, have a own, maybe our own office or own facility, start training kids around this age. So something like that, you know. But I'm definitely gonna have a plan after my football career.
What about personally? Wife, kids, family? Or you want to stay single your whole life?
Yeah, I'm most likely getting married. You know, I'm not focused on that right now, but
Yeah.
most likely, yeah, when time comes, God's gonna let me know for sure.
Okay. One of the reasons why I always ask that question is because I'm a big believer that football should not just be an enabler for the best education you get, but should also train you to be the best young man you can be, the best husband you can be one day, and the best father you can be. So I know you're on that track right now. I know that's down the road, but you know, like football does build those kind of skills to help you be those great things. Hey, let's switch over and talk a little bit about recruiting. Coaches want to know more about you. Tell these coaches what you've been doing during this COVID-19 environment to stay in shape for the upcoming season.
Yeah, during this COVID, you know, I've been working a lot, me and my friends, you know, but mostly like if I can't work out with them, I'm working alone. You know, I wake up every day because I wake up around maybe 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m. Around that time, I go to the gym in my neighborhood. I go there. I have a set. Like I want to work out at least 3 times a day. So that's what I usually work out around 3 times a day. I work out, have a set from maybe 6 to 7. I'll come back, take a shower, take a rest. Then I'll go back around maybe depending on if we have practice or not. But during earlier months, I work around maybe again around 3 to 4. I'll work out again, but I try to like change out my workouts. So if I'm doing, if I work out and do weights in the morning, I'm gonna do footwork in the afternoon. And then if I do footwork in the morning, I'm gonna try to do footwork in the. If I do footwork in the morning, I'm trying to lift weights in the afternoon. And then night, just a cool workout before I go to sleep. I might have to hit some arms and some legs and some core, try to build my core and stuff like that. And running even the night too. My run have a 1 mile, 2 mile jog just before I go to bed. Just know something to keep me active throughout the day.
That's good stuff. You know, as a former linebacker myself, talk about the importance of your footwork. If people think, oh, you know, working out with Footwork King and some of these other guys just for receivers and DBs, but as a linebacker, having quick feet and being explosive is important. Tell us about some of your workouts with Footwork King.
Yeah, they said like all our coaches tell you to quick feet, slow feet don't eat. So
Right.
you have, like everybody had to have linebackers, especially to have quick feet. When you're covering the flats, you know, gotta be able to react very quickly. React gotta be in tip-top shape. So workouts I like to do, you know, get the agility ladder. I work out, do many forwards, like forward drills, quick feet, redirection, like changing and opening my hips, especially. Or I'll go to the sand pit. There's a sand pit in my neighborhood too. I'll go there and changing direction. You know, like if you work on the sand, like the cuts you make in the sand, they're gonna be way easier, way stronger than if you do it in the turf or grass. So that's why I like to go to the sand pit. It's, you know, it's a lot harder, but when you take it to the real field or when it's time to really play, it's gonna show forth. You're gonna show that you can work in the sand. It makes life.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about going into your senior year. Tell us about what do you consider your strengths as a linebacker, and what are some of the things you're working on as you close out your senior year?
Going to my senior, I consider my strengths, my speed. You know, I'm pretty fast for a guy my size and my posture. Uh, I ran like I went to rivals camp. I had my athleticism. I ran, I believe, a 4.6 at rivals this year at a laser. But also, I think I ran again a 4.5 at another camp this year. Also, yeah, at Rivals, I jumped to 38.5, which was the highest at the camp. That's what got me into the actual Rivals camp. So I jumped out the top of my year. So I'm very athletic. I can jump. I can run. I can move, change direction, open my hips. Yeah, they play me at D line this year, but this year I'm going back to outside linebacker. So hopefully a lot of things are going to change. But yeah, I'm a very athletic person. That's how I see myself as.
Okay. I know I'm watching your video many times. I've been evaluating you. I love your change of direction that you mentioned. I love your physicality. And I know that even though you were playing a lot of D-line, I love your explosiveness and your ability to change directions and make plays on the ball when it's 15, 20 yards away. Very impressed in how you can do that. Tell these coaches a little bit about, there's a lot of good linebackers in the class 21. Tell these coaches how you differentiate yourself. How do you set yourself apart from all the other great linebackers in this class?
Yeah, so like, I check around. I look at a lot of linebackers that have really built a legacy right now, even in my class. And I like to try to focus on something I see. I watch their film. I watch a lot of linebackers in my class film. I watch their film. And I try to see what they do, what they have nice, what are their big skills, and what their faults are. And I try to really mimic those or look for my own thing. Like right now, my speed is what a lot of linebackers don't have. So I try to keep working on my speed, opening my hips, my fluency when I run, especially covering these running backs. I can do that a lot better than most linebackers at this age. Yeah, but I try to focus on the skill that they don't have and push myself to strive and to gain that skill and develop that skill more and more.
I see a lot of coaches have been in contact with you from different schools, Houston and Memphis, from a recruiting standpoint. Tell us about your recruiting experience. Who have you heard from? Who do you want to hear from?
I've heard from UConn, Nevada, Lamar, a lot of colleges, Citadel, the University of Louisiana. I also went to visit University of Louisiana. I was supposed to go visit another University of Louisiana Monroe, but due to COVID, I couldn't. They canceled it the week before I was supposed to go visit there. But a lot of colleges I like. But yeah, I'm talking to a few colleges right now. Good. We have good conversations, good looks. Hopefully, when time comes, what's gonna happen is gonna happen.
Okay, good stuff. That's a good attitude to have. Tell us you're a good athlete. You got tremendous size. What other sports have you played at Richmond Foster?
I played basketball. So I played basketball and I played football and I ran track. So I believe I stopped playing basketball this sophomore year just to focus on football. But also my coaches told me to do track because, it's always with speed. Speed is something you never want to lose. So I did track also. I ran the 400, the 4x4, the 200, and the 100. 4x4, I was usually either the second leg or the last leg. Also in 200, I earned the open 200. But yeah, it was one of my favorite races. I believe one of my fastest times was like a 24 or 23. One of those races, I don't remember exactly, but yeah. But I love running the 200, the 4x4, and the 100, open 100.
Easy, you've already got really good size, 6'2", 210 pounds. Without seeing your parents, how big do you think you'll get? What will be your college size in, say, a couple years? How big do you plan to get?
Talked to my doctor. They said I'm still expected to grow, but I haven't seen my full growth spurt. They said maybe around 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". Hopefully, if I get to that size, 6'4", 265, 255, or 240. That's what I'm trying to look for. Just have a little more weight, and a little more size. That's really what I'm really looking for.
Okay, good stuff. Hey, tell us as we finish up here. Tell us, how do you define leadership, and how do you plan on leading going into your senior year at Richmond Foster?
Leadership, it always starts from team bonding. You gotta get your team to put trust in you. You gotta differentiate yourself from childish acts and horseplay. It really comes from a mental, you gotta get out of your mind right at all times, because if you're trying to lead another person while you're doing the same nonsense that they're doing, they're not gonna follow you. But if you gain the trust of your teammates, you start doing plays right. You start making plays. You start understanding, reading plays quicker. Your teammates can have more trust in you. Then that's how you begin to lead. You know what I'm saying? So it's really about being focused, even on and off the field, and gain the trust of your teammates.
Good stuff. And then lastly, coaches want to understand, the competitive spirit of an athlete. Tell these coaches right now about your competitive nature. How competitive are you?
Man, I'm a go-getter, man. Very competitive in everything. Like, you got to compete in everything. Even in warm-ups, you're jogging on the field, even in running gap to practice conditioning. You want to be first. I want to be the hardest stretcher. I want to be the loosest. I want to be the fastest. Everything is competition. You know what I'm saying? Just to because competition takes you a long way, and everything. Like, you always got to compete. Football is a very competitive sport. So yeah, competing plays a big role in sports in this game right here.
Okay. Hey, tell us, I know there's a lot of talent at Richmond Foster. Tell these college coaches who else on your team is flying below the recruiting radar. Shout them out. Who should they also be looking at?
Of course, Ben Osweke, he's a very great corner. He starts for I believe 2 years. First year on varsity, he's been starting. My other corner, Justice Ugo. Man, those two like a hell of players, man, for real. Those two corners they're awesome, amazing corners. I don't know how many passes were caught them. I think each of them had a pick or something. But yeah, they're played outstanding corners. Also, our linebackers, Cole Tipton, our D-line, Jaden Floyd, linebackers, Luke Cape, all of them. Our team is stacked right now. But a lot of them are flying under the radar. But I know this year we're gonna wake some coaches up, and they're gonna put in a show for them.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, as we finish up here, we talked about the elevator pitch in 30 seconds or so. Tell these college coaches why they should recruit you and what you're going to bring to their program.
Man, if I have something to say to college coaches, I have to say that I'm a very focused and very hardworking student or athlete. I like to keep God first of all in everything I do. But after that, academics is second and sports is third. And I make sure that I keep my stuff very organized. I'm a very organized person, and I'm a hard worker. Work out 3 times a day. I had to make sure, and if it's something I want to do, I had to make sure I do. I can't start something and not finish it. So I like to see myself as a hardworking man, very focused and very analyzed person.
Good stuff. Well, easy, man. I've gotten to know you, man. I'm very impressed. I'm looking forward to you having a great year this senior year. Continue to be safe. Continue to work hard. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. But I'll see you on the sideline soon, okay?
I appreciate you, Coach.
All right, man. Have a great day.
You too.